Hey guys, it's Sean. It's been quite a while since I've last made a video, and currently I'm in Las Vegas. Um, I'm going to be here for the next few days for the 4th of July, and I just decided to take this time to go ahead and make a video. So I guess in this video I just want to talk about some of the things that I have experienced the last 2 months. The month before had actually brought a lot of negative thoughts and fears to the surface. With my appointment around the corner, I just decided to take a step back from the trance circuit and focus on my own feelings. I was concerned that perhaps I was getting caught in the motions and not spending enough time just really contemplating the pros and cons of hormone therapy, surgery, and just overall transition. So I spend a good amount of time just taking a lot of walks and trying to clear my head and talking to God and thinking about how my parents might react when I do come out to them. And in fact, coming out to my parents is actually one of my biggest fears. They're very conservative, and they didn't really take me coming out as being gay very well, so I really don't know what to expect when I tell them that I want to live my life as a male. And I felt that maybe the best way to do it was to ask a friend of mine if I could sit down and talk to their mom. Their mom is actually a lot like my own mom, so I thought that maybe that would be a good perspective. And her mom agreed, and we decided to sit down for dinner and just talk. The actual conversation kind of left me feeling vulnerable and defeated. My friend's mom is like from the hippie era, but I think she's pretty conservative now. She's a very successful businesswoman. She's very smart, and I know that she has a lot of experience in the business world with men, which is very male dominated. And she also has two former FTM friends, one whose transition went very well, and the other whose transition didn't go so well and actually decided to go back to their former gender, thinking that they had just made a mistake. It was really difficult trying to explain to her that I really didn't identify as a typical straight male or as a female, but rather that I see myself as a gender fluid male. And she really didn't understand how I couldn't be here or there. After all, society doesn't recognize that they're gender, and to the rest of the world, a lot of trans people can just be seen as it's. And so I could really see where she was coming from. And it's unfortunate, because you have that one out of every 1,600 people who are thought to be born intersex. Where do they fall on the gender spectrum? Regardless of our differences of opinion, she did leave me with a really good piece of advice. Something that her former FTM friend had that I currently don't have, which is FU money. And FU money is pretty much a source of stability and disposable income that just says I'm independent, I don't care what you think, I can do what I want, I have the money to dictate my own life. And that's something that I think actually makes a really big difference when it comes to making really big life decisions like this. And it is going to cost a lot of money. And it was just something to really think about, because once I start transitioning, finance and environment and those things are really gonna have a really big influence on how everything goes. The other thing that she pointed out was my height, and I'm only 5'3.5", and the average male is probably around 5'7" or more, so I'm really short. And she just stressed that in the man's world, height is a really big deal. And I really didn't fret about it too much, but I thought it was interesting that she pointed that out, because about a month later I had a talk with my friend, who's actually she works for a major university, for the LGBT center, and her coworker is a practicing therapist for the LGBT students on campus, and he said that the number one thing that caused FTMs to stop transitioning was their height. And I just found that to be really interesting. I would have never thought that height would have been such a big influence on these guys' lives, but I guess it just goes to show how much characterization is really put on male's height. But I feel like there's ways around it. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be short, but if I really start spazzing out about it, there's a website called tallmenshoes.com or tallmenshoes.com, and it's kind of cool because they sell shoes that are made to look like flats or just like regular boots, but inside is like a heel or like a wedge that gives a guy like a good few inches of height. I mean, up to like 4 inches or more. So I think that that'll be really helpful. I guess all in all, after these last couple months, currently, my fears and worries have really just taken a back seat. I can't help the way that I am, and I can't keep compromising my own self-satisfaction for others. And when it comes down to it, it's really tedious, it's annoying, it's just unsatisfying, and I want to move forward. I still worry about coming out to my parents and my family and what others may think of me, but ultimately I have to live with myself first. So that concludes this video. The next time I make a video, I'm actually going to be talking about my appointment in LA, the first step I took toward my transition. I'll see you guys later.